Hi, my name is Megan Ann Caro, and I'm a public speaking instructor with Rise for Real Change. Public speaking is something that has been prevalent throughout my entire life. It is also something that I have felt more or less comfortable with depending on the situation and the context in which I'm expected to speak. For me personally, I feel most comfortable in front of larger crowds, somewhat comfortable in front of smaller crowds, and downright uncomfortable in front of small crowds. However, others feel the exact opposite. I taught public speaking at Virginia Tech for 2.5 years. During this time, I had the opportunity to meet many different people, each of who had their own level and reasons for their fear of public speaking. Therefore, this post is meant to share the reasons why people fear public speaking, followed with ways to combat their fears. As the famous comedian Jerry Seinfeld said, people's number one fear is public speaking. Number two is death. That means at a funeral, people would rather be in the casket than giving the eulogy. So, public speaking is the number one fear for Americans. But what causes this fear? The setting? Not knowing properly how to give a speech? Just wanting to impress and entertain your audience? There are many reasons that people feel nervous about public speaking. Fred E. Miller does a great job describing some of the most common reasons that people have a fear of public speaking, and I'm going to summarize these and add some right now. First, people worry about the formality of the speech. Public speaking is viewed as intimidating because it is so unlike how we speak in normal day-to-day conversations. These day-to-day conversations are typically casual, with people we know, people we're comfortable with, and generally concern things that we feel at ease talking about. More so, a large majority of our communication with others now takes place in an online setting through text, email, Snapchat, etc. But speaking in front of a crowd is an entirely different ballgame. However, this doesn't mean that we are completely inexperienced with public speaking. Talking to strangers, going to new places, moving outside of your hometown, all of these are things that are similar to public speaking. You don't know how the person will receive you and you don't know what to expect, but that doesn't mean that you can't prepare. When asked why they are scared of public speaking, people often state that they are scared that they're going to bomb their speech and subsequently be judged by their crowd. Whether this means forgetting the words, a joke falling flat, or a nervous tip that you can't shake, people see different things as contributing to a speech going bad. The reality is that no one in an audience wants the speaker to fail. People who have chosen to be in your audience are more than likely interested in what you are talking about, so they want to have something to take away from your speech. This is a time when, as cheesy as it may seem, thinking confidently really helps. Realizing that the audience is on your side, knowing that you have practiced and feel comfortable with your topic, and going in with a positive attitude increases the chances that you will be pleased with the speech that you give. The unpredictability of how a speech is going to go is often what makes people the most fearful. What if you forget what you're supposed to say? What if the audience doesn't seem interested in your topic? What if you make a joke and no one laughs? This question of unpredictability affects even the most experienced public speakers, simply because it seems that there is nothing that you can do to prepare for or prevent these things from happening. However, everything we've talked about is to help combat this nervousness. Knowing the structure of the speech, researching the topic and coming up with new information, knowing your audience and what is expected of you, and practicing are all ways to prevent what may seem unpredictable. Public speaking is a fear that everyone has, whether it may seem like it or not. But addressing your own reasons for the fear and knowing ways to combat those fears are the first steps in becoming the great public speaker that you can be. Thanks for listening to this public speaking video. Hope it helps.